Thank you all for joining today. Sort of a last minute changing the timings. I appreciate that and sorry for that because college all of them can put it on mute except so some commitments were there and because of which I was occupied till 7:30 and that's the reason why I could not have a meeting earlier. So today's topic is whose journey, whose inspiration. Now, if you look at it, journey is defined as a travel from one place to another place. A simple definition. Like you travel from one place and arrive at another place, that is your journey, right? People travel from one city to another city. Some travel from one country to another country. Some travel from one place to another place. Some travel from their job to their house or from their house to the job. Some travel for office work to different places. Some may travel for like as for the trips with the family, a family excursion you can say. So some even do travel for picnics. So if you see that whatever you say, that travel from one place to another place is a journey basically. Now what exactly happens in a journey? In a journey, like you have sometimes adventures, you have your ups and downs also. There are certain obstacles. Sometimes it's quite entertaining. Sometimes it's quite encouraging. Sometimes it's very refreshing. Sometimes it can be a very traumatic. It can be very painful. It can be heartbreaking. Many things can happen in the journey, right? Similarly, in the real life, if you see, what we call as a journey is the travel of a soul when he takes up a body in this material world, which we call as death, birth, till he leaves the body, which is called as death. So the travel of a living entity from the birth to the death is actually called as a journey. Now, as I mentioned, that particular journey has its own ups and downs in life. Each and every one of us have a very, very different journey. I cannot imitate somebody else's journey. Somebody cannot imitate my journey. But a journey is there and a journey is unique for everyone. One thing is to be understood. His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj, he wrote the book, Journey Home. Now, it was his journey. The great Vidyadhiraj from the Udupi Madhva Sampradaya. I don't know, Vidyadhiraj, what is his name? The leader who left his body now, the very old one. He came for his, you know, inauguration of the book in Kannada language. So he made a very strong point in his address to the local Kannada speaking people because this particular book was launched in Kannada language. And he said, mind you, this particular journey is Radhana Swami's journey. It's not our journey or your journey. It was his journey. And he has penned down in this book. Huh? So it is his journey. Right? So one needs to hear that journey or understand that journey and then afterwards try to get inspired by the journey. So when we are talking about the journey, In that journey, everyone has his ups and downs. Everyone has the success stories. Everyone has the failure stories also in that journey. Everyone has obstacles stories in their journey. Some people have promotional stories in their journey. So everyone have their own journey where there are a lot of things to experience and to analyze and to work upon. So each one has his own journey where one needs to concentrate on and then see what is it in this particular journey that I need to learn, what is it that I need to just improve upon, and what is there where I can experience happiness. So this is actually a journey of a living entity, right? The most important, Vishweshwara Tirtha Swami, Pejavar Math Swami, right? So what is more important in this journey as a sadhaka is to understand whether my journey was it selfish or was it selfless. If I've done anything for my own selfish interests, then that journey doesn't make any sense. But if that journey, if I made, is of a selfless nature, where some contributions are made to society, like, something like sacrifice for the purpose of others, or actually extending ourselves to others, or do some activities by which we can bring about pleasure in others' lives. These are all the ones which create a lasting impression on the society. If that is the case, then that journey becomes a source of inspiration for others. People will remember that journey. People would like to, you know, see how they can follow in the footsteps of the person who has pursued that journey. That particular journey is beneficial for the whole mankind. But if we have a journey which is very selfish, then that particular journey will bring no good to the society. On the contrary, people will envy, people will criticize you, people will not appreciate you or acknowledge you. So if you see that, we all have a, we are indebted to the great personalities, the great rishis who have preserved the scriptures for so long and given it to us. The great epic Ramayana, the great epic Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, the purpose to the Srimad Bhagavatam, all these are because of the contributions of the great personalities for the future. They may have written down the purpose, they may have written down the explanations, but it was maybe for their own sake, for their own self encouragement. But in the process, they become like a great contribution to the society, right? Deva Rishi, Trinam, Pitrinam, Na Kinkirunayam, Rimicha Rajan, Sarvatmanam, Sharanam Sharanam, Kato Mukundam, Parivarta Kartum. Deva Rishi, Bhuta, Apta, Rinam, Pitrinam, these are all the people whom one feel indebted to because of their contributions, right? So when people contribute in the life, one thing we feel indebted, we feel gratitude, and we feel inspired also by looking at those personalities by their contributions, right? When you're talking about great saints, Tukaram, you know, he actually carried out a dindi from Devu Road all the way reached Pandharpur on Ashadi Ekadashi, right? Now, what he had done, people follow now. People take up that austerity. They got inspired by his contribution, by his abhangas. You know, the great or the famous lyric, Sundar te dhyana ubhe vithevara karakataveri thevuniya तुलसी हार कला काशे पितांबर आवडीने निरंतर हेच रूप मकर कुंडल तलपती श्रवणी कंटे कौस्तुभणी विराजिते तुका म्हणी हेच सर्वस्व पाहुनी निरंतर हेच आवडीने. So Tukaram Maharaj spoke about the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, who is known as Vithoba, and abhangas like this, which he has sung, which has come out from his heart of love, has become like a source of inspiration and a light of joy for so many people, even up till now. Sanatan Goswami, whose disappearance day was today, that's why people celebrate today as Guru Purnima. They become indebted. Sanatan Goswami was like a natural leader for all the Brijvasis while he was there. He would ask each and everyone, how is your family? How is your wife? How are your children? What are they doing? Though he would beg from house to house, but his main purpose is that how do I inspire others by my presence, by my talk, or by my behavior? To mark this particular disappearance, thousands of people they today are doing Govardhan Parikrama, lakhs of people, right? That means Sanatan Goswami's journey of life has become a source of inspiration for so many people, right? Srila Prabhupada, if it was not for Srila Prabhupada, you would not have understood Srimad Bhagavatam also, right? The purports to Srila Prabhupada, to Srimad Bhagavatam, shlokas, Chaitanya shlokas, are actually the ones which makes us understand the subject matter very, 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 very deeply. Because of which Srila Prabhupada has been our source of inspiration for the rest of our lives. Anyone, wherever you go, any devotee, anywhere in the world, like, they will know what is the answer for this, what is the answer for this, what is the simple questions, simple answers, right? The simple things, each one, anywhere in the world, devotees know what is prasad, what is the soul, what is Jivatma, who is a Paramatma, everything, right? So these things are the contribution of Srila Prabhupada, and his journey is a source of inspiration for all of us. So what we understand from this is that our journey is our journey. There will be lots of ups and downs, there will be a lot of obstacles in our lives which we may encounter. But through our journey, by our contribution, by our selfless nature, when we live this journey, when we pass through this journey, right? If this is going to be a source of inspiration for others, not a source for imitation, but a source for inspiration, then this particular journey is a journey worth living. When you live or when we live a journey like this, then the future generations will take up to this journey and will get inspired through this journey of ours, and they will try to live their journey based on this principles of selflessness, contributions, extending to others, and they will in turn, uh, be, uh, source of inspiration for others, and that's how it becomes like a parampara, the discipline succession. So whose journey? Each one has his own journey. Each one has a life to live through, but then inspiration is ours. We get inspired, and we do get inspired by such examples. And when we really genuinely get inspired, we naturally would like to do that. The world doesn't accept what you speak. The world doesn't accept, you know, what you did for yourself. But the world gets inspired by how you deal with others, how you present yourself with others, and how you lived a life. That's what happens. And that is actually the one which will touch a people's hearts. So that's what the great saints have done. Srila Prabhupada did. Many of his disciples also did that, and expecting us to also do the same. When we do this, when we live a life of integrity, we live a life of honesty, of humility, and a tolerance, and a live of life of sensible dealings with others, uh, then that is what will touch others' hearts. So that will be your journey, but that will be inspiration for them. So we all are looking for inspiration. So for that, we need living examples of people who can, who are contributing to the society in a way which they feel is good, right? They are not doing for setting example. They are doing because that's the right thing to do. And by their doing the right thing, we all get inspired to do our right things. So let us all uh, live our life in such a way that our journey, uh, though it's our journey, becomes a source of inspiration for us. Hare Krishna. Naveen Gopal would like to share.
Really, thank you for such a beautiful topic and beautifully explaining that also. So, yeah, you mentioned very nicely about how Shri Vishweshwar Tirth Pejavarmat Swami had explained that, everyone has his journey. Maharaj had a beautiful journey. So we have to all understand wherein our journey lies and how we should improve day by day on it. The instructions, inspirations do come from the scriptures, from Shastras. We read how Hanumanji, when he got the instruction from Lord Ram to assist him in finding Mother Sita, so all of them went, and finally he made that leap of faith. And it's not that he didn't come across any obstacles. There were many obstacles, but uh, he endeavored and continued, and that became an inspiration for later on when he returned. It became inspiration for all the other Vanar Sena who walk on the bridge and challenge Ravan, who was such a powerful, very powerful demon, and he had so many powerful Rakshas warriors, and Vanar Sena was actually Vanar. So but they could do that because that inspiration came by someone who is following. As Rupa Goswami also mentions, we have to just follow the instructions. Sato vritti. Tat tat karma pravartana. So you follow uh, the instructions, uh, and in our journey, because we may still be struggling. We were not at a sadhaka bhakta level. We are struggling with our own abhyas. As Lord said that our own mind. Lord mentions abhyas and vairagya, two things we have to do regularly. We practice with detachment, and there may, because our faith may be pure, but our swabhava is not. Our activities are not. So that's why we struggle, stand, fall. But every time we learn in this journey, and get inspired by the acharyas, the scriptures, great examples of devotees, living devotees, uh, and gradually we make that progress, that every step with that faith, with the support. So the community of Vaishnava also helps us to guide in our journey, like a family bringing up the child, helping him walk that every step towards closer towards the Lord, purifying his senses. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Naveen Gopal. Papa, would you like to share? Vishwan Prabhu, would you like to share?
So you'll have to unmute Vishwan Babu.
You have to unmute, Prabhu.
Haribala Prabhu, would like to share?
Hare Krishna. Muralidhar Prabhu, thank you very much for a very nice class. And topic that you chose, I was thinking, this Naveen Gopal Prabhu mentioned so nicely from scripture, but I was just thinking in the professional world, there's a concept called lived experience, where what Maharaj has put in his journey home and what he shares is his lived experience. And what is really nice is he doesn't impose his lived experience on anyone else. And that is what really, truly gives him that attraction from everyone that, wow, he has gone through whatever he's gone through, and yet he's not imposing that. And instead, that then becomes an inspiration. What I find in many young upcoming preachers is that they preach their lived experience as that is their final reality, and everyone must follow that path. And I think that is the difference between what will bring about a long-lasting transformation in the disciples and those who take inspiration from Maharaj, while others who are just kind of forcing their lived experience. So this is just a very small thought, but thank you so much. Muralidhar Prabhu.
Jai, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Prabhuji. Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Sridhar Prabhu would like to share?
Krishna Prabhuji.
Haribol.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Very nice class. I was just, while listening to the class, I realized, like you gave example of Rajanath Maharaj, how he created value in others' life, value addition in others' life through his various writings, through his lectures. So, whether spiritual or material, whenever some individuals or organizations add value in others, their journey is remembered and it is inspiring to others. So, be it the one who discovered the tube light, like bulb, Edison, or any scientist or any innovator. So, so the fact that the journey becomes notable or inspiring to others, the root, the genesis is that it was done for others. And whenever it is done for self, either for sense enjoyment, for comforts, or for just to chill out, or the third is the adding value to others' life. So yeah, so the basic element, whether material or spiritual, is adding value to others' life. What Maharaj has done, what you said, Sanatan Goswami. Incidentally, I was in Delhi on one Guru Purnima day. I just told my office colleague, let's go to Govardhan. And we were not aware. And I had not even heard also that before that Guru Purnima, Govardhan is very crowded. So we were not aware. We went there and we experienced what you told me today, that Mela of the Guru Purnima. It's like you can imagine the grand road of Rath Yatra, those many people are doing parikrama. So it appears like that. You might have gone, but I had seen it myself on one Guru Purnima day. So surely those leaders who have added value, either spiritually or materially, meaningfully helping improvement in others' life, surely those journeys keep inspiring people for generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Haribol. Dharmraj would like to share?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol.
Thank you for wonderful topic on this very auspicious day. And I would like to offer my obeisances unto all the Vaishnavas who are present here today. With respect to the topic today, I would say, just wanted to say that life is too short for us in this Kali Yuga. And we cannot we don't have time to experience everything on our own. So it is very important that we learn from the experiences which are shared by our Guru Parampara or people around us, So the catchword observe and absorb, what we discussed in one of our Parsana Yatra reading journey home. I think that is very apt for every sadhaka, that we have to always keep observing and absorbing what are the good things, what are the bad things, doing the good things and avoiding bad things. So this is, I think, the mantra. And I also had a very wonderful experience once doing this parikrama on Guru Purnima with Radha Vallabh Prabhu. Really, it was a wonderful experience, Prabhuji. And what we hear that, Janma Sarthaka Kari Para Upakar. So first, we need to take care of our responsibilities and our journey. And eventually, if it inspires somebody, then we should be fortunate. Haribol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hari Hari. Achyut Krishna would like to share.
Haribol Prabhuji, Achyut Krishna Prabhu is there? I think he is not there.
iPhone किसका है?
iPhone, I don't know किसका है.
Aradhana Mataji would like to share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, I missed the 10 minutes class initial thing, so I missed all the pastimes what you narrated, I guess. And the second part which I heard, you gave the essence of human life. So now the thing is, after you have given me the essence, now I have to take down this in writing and keep it put it on my mirror and read it every single day, where I can apply at least 10% of it, so that my life becomes successful. You have already given us the direction. Now it is for us to apply.
Hari Bol. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol. Praveen Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Dandavat
Hari
Pranam.
Bol. Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, it was very inspirational class. So I was thinking, as you gave the example from Ramayana, Mahabharata, the example of Tukaram, Sanatana Goswami's, Prabhupada's, Raghunath Swami Maharaj. The main point is what I understood. The journey may be difficult, may be obstacles, but it's to give the source of inspiration for others. So whether it may be in the practical, whether it may be in the material platforms or in the spiritual platforms. So in every sites, there is the journey, maybe difficulties, maybe ups and downs will be there, but we should always focus how my journey can give source for others. It's maybe source. It should be source of inspirations. So as we are practicing devotional service, and we should not go for that material platforms, because material platforms, those people they are living, they are also having a journeys. Every day is introduce lots of videos coming, how their lives, how their journey, that can give to us inspirations to others. But we are not looking for that. we are looking as my side. As I'm practicing devotional service, I should see how by my sadhanas, by my conviction in Krishna consciousness, I can show that I'm happy in Krishna consciousness, and whatever the service I'm assigned, I'm doing happily. So I'm doing the basic things what I should apply in my life, as well as what is the sadhanas I have promised in front of my gurus. So I'm doing that my sadhanas, and I'm very inspired, and that can give example to others by seeing other people, others. They can inspire. Yes, we should by practicing Krishna consciousness, one can also live happily in his life. That is the beginning thing that is coming in my mind. Yes, I'm very satisfied whatever the service and whatever the instructions I'm very happily following. I'm very convinced. So that I should imply a basic thing which can lead to my journeys, and definitely if I'm satisfied, I'm doing as per the guidelines, it gives the inspirations to others. Second things, uh, there are different situations may have comes, confusions, obstacles. Always we should take the guidance of our your our counselors, gurus, so that we should not feel lazy for any services. So that is, if you are doing throughout heart, then it can give you inspiration for others. So we should be very honest to our sadhanas. We should keep on learning from in our channel, Ek Mulakat Krishna Bhakta ke Saath. So different devotees, they give their realizations, their journeys, how they are going through their journey, and that gives inspiration for others. So we should keep on learning. Simultaneously, we should act in such a that it can give inspiration for others. As a मैंने अपने तरह से मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, that in that point of I said many things. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Well, thank you. Hare Krishna. Anand Sikhi Mataji would like to share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Yeah, Hare Bol. Nice topic. But I like to hear from all the devotees. I don't want to share anything. I was in kitchen full time, but I could hear little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Amalpre Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat.
Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, actually, till now, I mean, never that thought came to me that my life should be inspirational. I'm looking everywhere for inspiration. I mean, all the time, my thinking is that I should take inspiration, whenever I read something or hear from someone. So this thought never struck me that my life also should inspire someone. I should live my life in that way, karke. But now I'll start thinking on that line. So thank you for that. And as Naveen Gopal Prabhu has said, that I was thinking, what have I done in my life so far? So yes, intention is pure, like, but journey has not been inspirational to others. But my intention so far is pure, like. But yeah, so that needs to be worked upon. So this is something, food for thought for me, and future plan. Thank you.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Welcome, Karunamay Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Narsimurti Prabhu would like to share.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Dandavat Pranam to all Vaishnavas. Very nice topic again. Altogether a different topic as always you are giving. And what I feel is there are many journeys which are inspirational for all of us. as far as our devotional life is concerned, the most important journey which I can think is Prabhupada leaving the shores of India and going to US to preach in English language the message of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam as directed by his Guru. That is the most inspirational journey. Many of us, we go from one place to another, maybe from India to US, but not with the purpose with which Prabhupada had embarked on this journey. And as it is always said, that journey is not for any destination, Actually, success is a journey, and that success depends on how that journey is inspirational to others. And on all these counts, if you see, the journey of Srila Prabhupada is most inspirational to all of us as well as to all others who are not in India but who are maybe in UK or US or any other foreign country, who have absolutely no knowledge about our culture, but only because of such a journey they got inspiration and they got attached to this movement, which is the success of this journey. Another journey which I could think is that of Bhagavan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who went to South India. That journey also, it gave the benefit to all the people of South India, and they got the knowledge about the principles on which Sri Bhagavan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was preaching. So this becomes inspirational only when that journey is pious. All types of journeys are there, and we hear so many, in a mundane world, if you see, there are many examples. I can quote the example of Walt Disney. Walt Disney was first rejected because he was not creative. He was told that, no, you are not creative, so you can't get this particular thing or particular job or something. But he did not left over there. He continued his journey. He continued his journey with certain objects in his mind, with the motivation, and he became successful. He became successful because he had a faith in himself. So for us, the lesson is from such journeys, like when we read the book Journey Home, we come to know what all difficulties are faced by our Guru Maharaj. And in spite of these difficulties, he reached India, where he ultimately wanted to come. And that was his ultimate destination. So all these examples give us the inspiration that maybe failures will come. Failures will always come during the journey. After all, our life is nothing but a journey. And we have to face those difficulties. We have to overcome these difficulties. And how? How we can overcome these difficulties? By learning from the journeys of such inspirational people, inspirational gurus, our own Guru Parampara. This will always help us in getting inspiration from these journeys. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for sharing. If it was not for Prabhupada having 2 minor heart attacks on the ship, and if it was not for Prabhupada's age of 17, nobody would have taken seriously his teachings and whatever he did. Because he did that at that age and then so much of struggle, then that became a source of inspiration for so many all over the world. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Haribol, Haribol.
Papa, please, you can share something. Haribol. Vrishvanu Prabhu, would you like to share?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
try
please. The voice is not heard.
I'm not audible.
Now I could hear audible. You asked us, but earlier it was not. You can put off your video, Papa, then you can speak.
A saintly person I used to know used to say that life is nothing but journey from alone to the alone. When we are born, we are alone, and ultimately we are alone when we do our final journey. So, if we are fortunate to get right in the Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody has to navigate his own life. Everybody has to fly his own aeroplane. This he says in connection with Draupadi. Draupadi, for whom the Mahabharata war was fought, for whom everything, the whole that massacre took place, everything took place, she was in one sense, the root cause of that. But then her end came. She was all alone. She was fighting all alone. Rupa says,
Voice is gone, Papa. Hari bol.
I think Prabhuji is having internet issues, looks like.
I think I'll give up.
Between these.
Meanwhile, Sridhar Gopal Prabhu, can you share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari bol, Hari.
Thank you very much for this wonderful topic. Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. It was breaking in between. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just coming out. So, thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful topic. Every means my journey also should be there, should be like inspiring to others, and because in general, in caring for the family or just doing our own just things, but never thought of in that direction. But really appreciate that you have brought into mind.
Hari.
And as we were just discussing in the house that you and Radharani Mataji, your journey is
Can't hear you, Prabhuji.
Is a live example for this.
Hari.
Is it? Am I audible, Prabhuji?
ना थोड़ा stretch हो गया था, आवाज नहीं आ रहा था.
So I was saying that it was like for myself, I have never thought in that direction, and if I rethink that, most of my life I'm just entangled or doing only for myself or family or this thing, but
now whatever time is left, I will look into that direction. And I was saying that you and Mataji's example is a live example, live inspiration for us, that you have done so much for the congregation, so much for all of us, that you always prioritize others' concerns and others' issues over yours, and ready to give time, energy to everyone. So we are very grateful to you, Prabhuji. And hopefully, I will also, uh, as you mentioned, that uh, do something for the society and some inspiration for the others. I'll keep that in mind, Prabhuji. Thank you very
Hari
much.
Hari Bol. Jai, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Purushottam Hari Prabhu.
Haribol Boji, thank you so much, Boji. Nothing to share, but thank you so much for keeping us engaged in all these Thursdays, Boji, with various topics, Boji. Really grateful to
Hari Hari.
you. Thank you so much.
Rajgopi.
Haribol.
Yes, Vishwambar.
This is just a very nice topic actually, and then we can see that this our whole life is a result of getting inspiration from different devotees, or this seeing the example of other devotees, other people doing something, and then we learned by that, and then we grew through that example. So, like in Krishna consciousness, we can see that nobody forces others to take up Krishna consciousness. You have to chant the village, you have to come to temple, but we can what we can do is we inspire others. We inspire by our words, by our actions, by our own example. Then so that others also take up Krishna consciousness. So Maharaj also always stresses in his lectures, and then we hear often from Srila Prabhupada and other devotees in the books also, that we have to live our life in such a way that our life becomes an example so that people can remember Krishna, people can have consciousness. So some of the other, in this way we have to live our life. This is being told to us. So we see that a person's a devotee's journey, his life actually is by observing small things. We can get inspired by small actions. Like if a person consistently does some service over a period of time, in spite of so many difficulties, that becomes an inspiration. And a person, a devotee or a person helps someone in need, actually, even he though himself he is in trouble, that also is a cause of inspiration. And then he just a person does his duties regular basis, even though he has so many difficulties, like still he keeps himself very happy, he always caring for others actually. That also becomes a life of inspiration. So in so many ways we can learn from people that how to get inspired, and then we can always actually make our journey wonderful. So nobody we say that we don't have to think that my life should be like inspiration to others. That thought should not come actually. But it is said that if we just practice our Krishna conscious very sincerely, follow the road for regular method, and live and be as we are, not try to be someone else actually. Automatically that life is that ourselves we become inspiration to people. Huh? Oh, this person is practicing so nicely. I also want to be like that person actually, and then he's so happy and all those things, So automatically our journey also becomes very wonderful, and we get inspired by others, and then we can also boost our Krishna consciousness by getting inspiration from others. So many other points to share, but I'll just stop here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Papa, would you like to share, because you missed something in between, your voice was not heard, and then we'll conclude it, Remuna Prabhu. Remuna Prabhu?
Haribol, Dandavat Prabhuji.
Hari Hari.
Nankishore Prabhu was there. I don't know. He left, I think.
He left.
Okay, Prabhu. Actually, it's a wonderful topic. Again, several things can be spoken. In fact, a lot of things can be spoken. But I choose to uh, just a few examples. Um, uh, Basically, what I think is it's more of the internal journey than the external journey, which is important. Right? If internal journey is we have decided uh, where we want to go, then external journey doesn't matter. Whatever maybe obstacles come, they will be taken care. Like Maharaj example, if you see, he was internally very committed to take up that journey towards God. He wanted to know God. Then external journey didn't matter for him. So many obstacles came, death like situations came, but still he was going on and on till the time he reached Srila Prabhupada. His journey was there. So it's more journey within, which is more important, I feel. And that will give the inspiration for the person who is taking up that journey. So when that person is inspired within, and whatever he does, whatever little bit journey steps also he takes up in his journey, it will be inspiring to others. Unless one is inspired himself, he cannot inspire others. Like Maharaj was so inspired. So that is why he is able to, whatever he does, he inspires others as well. So I just thought of, just thinking of so many devotees, like Navin Gopal Prabhu mentioned about Hanuman's journey. Like that, our acharyas are also there. Srila Madhavendra Puri took up, what a wonderful journey he took up to bring Chandan. He is inspired by Lord within and in the dreams also he came. So, but he was committed, and now till now we are celebrating. Till many days also we're celebrating the Chandan Yatra. That is a very wonderful journey. I always get inspired by that. And mm, Lord Chaitanya's journey to South India. Uh, what a wonderful journey, right? So he was making devotees, entire villages. He was making journey devotees through his journey. So many devotees he made, Ramananda Rai, and so many devotees, Kurma Brahman, so many people he inspired. Of course, then Srila Prabhupada's journey we talked about. Without his journey, we would not have got so much of inspiration or determination to carry on our Krishna consciousness. Of course, Mara's journey is talked about. And one journey of determination I just wanted to mention about Rukmini Devi. She didn't take up any journey, but she was determined. It was journey of determination actually. So she was so determined to only get married to Krishna, and he was to that extent she was that on the day of her marriage, if Krishna doesn't come, she decided to commit suicide. That much determination she was having. And because of her determination, because she could not have taken any journey because of so many restrictions of kingly order. Because of her determination was that internal journey within. And because of that, Krishna took up personally journey. Overnight, he rode the chariot, and he came to Kundina and then kidnapped Rukmini and protected her. So sometimes we may externally, it is not external journey actually. We may not be able to take up external journeys, but if we are very committed to our internal journey of realizing Krishna, then Krishna will, personally sometimes come, or he will arrange devotees. We have seen so many times it happened actually. Somewhere, somewhere others, the inspiration comes from devotees take up journeys and come to us, and then give us that inspiration. So it's our how much committed we are internally to take up that journey towards God. That is That is, that matters for me actually. I'm thinking of that. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much for your patient listening. Papa, would you like to share something because you missed many things in between? Would you like to share?
You can unmute, Prabhu. You can unmute. Vrishwana Prabhu, you have to unmute. I think his internet is weak.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your patient listening and a patient participation.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Thank you very much.
Hari Bol, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
everyone. Hari Bol, Dandavat Pranam.
Not from Prabhuji.
Hare Bol.
Very cool.